We're going to be doing a test to see if this little power station with this can power this entire rig. Power tools that we're going to be using in a bit. That's another one that we're going to be testing in just a moment. The power drill. Full power, 350 watts. So it'll run it for 2 hours. Hello guys, welcome, Ryan Coop here from the London Craftsman channel. How's it all going? And today we're going to be talking about the Ecoflow Delta Mini Power Station, battery charger, generator, whatever you want to call it. This thing is absolutely amazing, by the way. I love it. I've been testing it since the last time I showed you it in one of the last videos right at the end. And I've been using it constantly every day. Today's video is mainly about can it power this rig. This simulator behind me is what I practice on and do a bit of driving on, me and my son. Basically, it's triple screens, it's got a powerful PC, it's got a force feedback steering wheel, it's got a 7-speaker surround with a subwoofer, it's got a vibrating little device at the back, so when you go over rumble strips, you get all the feeling, and of course, it's got the seat mover, so when you go around corners, it moves. So there's quite a bit to power. I'm gonna see if I can take it off the mains and to see whether it's gonna power it and how long for. This is a pure sine wave power station until the outputs, so I know it's going to be safe for anything delicate like my PC or possibly my monitors. So I'm happy with that. It's got 1.4 kilowatt or a 1400 watt output with a surge of 2100 watts, which is fantastic for most things around the house, and possibly power tools that we're going to be using in a bit. That's another one that we're going to be testing in just a moment. And it's got a charging time of 65 minutes to 80% capacity. Extra fast charging, which is really, really good. I've got solar panels on my roof, so when the sun is out, I plug this into the mains and I get free battery charging. So within about an hour and a bit, an hour and 20 minutes, from zero, this is fully charged, and then I can just use it around the house. I can possibly run this, I can run my microwave, I can run my TV, I can run my laptops, which I have, and I've been saving tons and tons of money doing it. I charge my phones from it, and it's really, really versatile. I also take it with me when I measure up a job. I plug it into the 12-volt port, aka cigarette lighter, and that charges it on the route as well, which is fantastic. So it's free energy, basically, for me, at least, with my solar panels and when I'm driving. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this off the mains and see if it actually powers anything. All right, so moment of truth. Let's just go and show you how it's plugged in. And I've unplugged them from the actual sockets, as you can see, not on the wall sockets, but they're plugged into this extension lead, the two 240 plugs. All of this stuff is combined into 2 plugs. So that cable, as you can see, it runs all the way across, all the way around, plugs directly into the back of the Eco Mini right there, okay? So let's go ahead and turn it on the front. You need to do 2 buttons, on at the front, and then we'll turn the plug on at the back. There we go. I know where that button is. Firing up. So we've got 100% battery. I'm going to let it do its thing, turn the computer on, and I'll show you some specs. Okay, so I'm loading up the programs, iRacing, and at the moment, with everything near enough on standby, we're drawing 260 watts. Remember, this seat mover's probably just on standby. The steering wheel's on standby. The butt kicker, the vibration, still on standby. I'm not using any sound, even though it's plugged in. And yeah, and the screens aren't really as active, nor is the PC. And let's go ahead and sign into a Ferrari test drive. Yeah, let's see what it does and if it can handle it once everything's running. Everything's on. Let's give the car a little drive and see if it cuts off or anything like that. Right, my seat mover's on. I've got my force feedback wheel. Everything's working. Full power. Let's get out of the pit lane and then I'll stop. I'll just test this thing just to see what the peak is. All right, let's stop here. So, about 400 watts this is taking. Yeah, about 400, give or take a little bit. Remember, this can give you 1400 watts, which is brilliant. So we know that works. And if I was driving this, I've got 77% left. It's gonna give me over an hour's worth of sim. Right, that's successful. I know that if I have a power cut, it's not going to affect my simulator racing. Also, if I wanted to just not run off the mains and save a little bit of electricity, this thing is fantastic. It will save me a little bit. So a few specs of this machine. This is 1400 watts output with a surge of 2100. It charges to 80% battery in just over an hour. It's a pure sine wave generator on two of the outputs, so it's good for all the laptops and everything like that. And yeah, it charges all your USB bits and pieces. Really, really great bit of kit, get you out of trouble. So I'm going to turn off the computer now and test some power tools. Okay, let's jump onto the Powertools experiment. As you can see, we've got 74% left. Let's test a couple of tools. So we've got the power drill, we've got a biscuiter, hot air, iron-on edger, iron, plunge saw, and an orbital sander, 6-inch. So 6 tools that most people have in their workshops. So let's go ahead and test one by one. All right, so first of all, the power drill. Full power. 350 watts. So it'll run it for 2 hours. So that's 2 4 hours of running that power drill. Next, Nikita biscuiter. 400 watts again at the max. Again, it'll give you an hour worth of run time. Let's try the plunge saw, because this is quite a high powered machine. It says it's going to draw 1300 watts, but I think the actual initial draw is going to be a lot higher. Let's go for it. Yeah, so it went all the way up to 1400 watts as the initial power draw. Let's see how long it's going to run for. Again, we get about an hour's run time from that. Let's go with our edger. We'll go with number 1 first. 600 watts, not too bad really. That'll give you a run time of 55 minutes. Let's go to number 2. 1500 watts, a lot higher. It's going to give you a run time of 23 minutes. Remember, all of this is me doing the experiments with 73% battery, because I used a little bit of energy on the simulator test and also setting it up, making sure it all worked. Okay, let's go for the sander. It's quite low power, only 200 watts draw, and that can last 3 hours. The initial turn on is 430 watts to start up. So again, that's probably the lowest power. So far, the 2 highest powers are the edger and the plunge saw. All the rest, the biscuiter and the drill, are medium, and the sander is low. Let's go for the iron. I'm going to just plug that into the back in the second socket and turn that on. So obviously it's got no switch on it. As soon as I plug it in, it turns on. And that uses nearly 1100 watts. So let's turn that unplug it. 0. I want to see what the initial draw is. Yeah, no, it just starts at 1100, just works its way up to 11, and that'll give you half an hour of run time at 72% capacity. So fantastic little thing. We know this works brilliantly. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into my mains because I've got solar panels on my roof, so I could charge it for free. If the sun wasn't out, I'd take it with me every time I go around just to top it up, because when you plug it into your cigarette lighter, it's free energy again. Or I could just plug it into my little mini solar panels if the sun was out. Again, another way of charging it. Fantastic piece of kit. So overall, all successful. I'm going to be testing it in another video, maybe in a month to come, doing experiments around the house. Going to be using the lawnmower. I'm going to be using the microwave, television. I'm going to be taking it on a drive to see how much it charges on a single drive in an hour. Loads of little bits and pieces. I've been recording loads of bits and pieces to be able to assemble one more video of this bad boy here. Overall, I really, really love it. I'm not just saying that. Ecoflow did send this out to me free of charge to do some experiments with it and to test it. Ultimately, It's changed the way I live because all I constantly do is plug my TV and my laptop into it at night. Because I've got the solar panels, I charge it for free. And when I drive, it charges for free. So basically, I'm saving tons of energy. So it's not only good for the environment, which I really, really have an interest in, it's saving me money also at the same time. It's really portable, this one. It's not heavy. It charges all your USBs and it powers all your 240 stuff. So camping, out on site fitting, go into your friend's house, in the garden with a barbecue, etc., etc. Okay, so with that being said, I think the experiments are successful. I love this thing with all my heart. It's really, really good. If you want any more information or you want me to do any more actual tests with it, video number 3, just let me know and I'll incorporate those bits. But other than that, love you and leave you guys. Take it easy. Ciao for now.